This clip of the Texas Bucket List is brought to you by Spirit of Texas Bank, Slovacek Sausage, Germania Insurance, We Rent It, and RV Source. Howdy, and welcome back to the Texas Bucket List. Next up, we head down to Rockport-Fulton to visit a mansion with much history. You see, down in this part of the world, homes don't last too long because of hurricanes and storms coming off the Gulf, but this one has stood the test of time. The gentle waves of Aransas Bay can be a relaxing way to pass the day. It's a far cry from the howling winds of Hurricane Candy, Fern, or Aaron that these waters have seen over the years. But one structure on this shore has stood the test of time since 1877.
We are in Rockport, Texas, at the home of George and Harriet Fulton, the Fulton Mansion.
Marcia Hendricks with the Texas Historical Commission is the site manager to the mansion that was meticulously built with many modern conveniences.
It is 3 stories with a full basement.
A basement in Texas this close to the ocean?
Yes, not the best idea, for sure.
George and Harriet Fulton built this mansion over 3 years after inheriting the land from Harriet's father, Henry Smith, the first American governor of Texas while it was still a territory of Mexico. The Fultons called their new home Oakhurst due to the extraordinary amount of oaks on the peninsula.
Come on in. Welcome to the Fulton Mansion State Historic Site.
Wow, you can see why it stood for so long. It's beautiful.
Thanks. Come this way. I want to show you a few things.
You bet.
Come on into the library.
This is my kind of library.
This was like George's home office.
Fulton was in his late 60s when they moved into the mansion.
This was his retirement home, and a lot of folks come to Rockport-Fulton area nowadays to build their dream home and retire, and I like to say he started that trend way back in the 19th century.
But that didn't stop him from doing business.
His job with the cattle company was to get additional investors involved. And so a great way to get people who had money to invest in your company is to invite them to your beautiful home that shows that you've been successful, have a wonderful dinner for them, which Harriet always supplied because she loved to entertain. And then after dinner, the gentleman could come in here and talk business.
So basically, they were like the Ewings, just without oil.
Sure, yes, that's it. Yeah.
The Fulton Mansion has additions you normally wouldn't find in a typical home in the 1870s, like central heat.
So we're in the dining room now, and the dining room has my very favorite fireplace. I love the design on it, it's beautiful. All of the fireplaces are covered in slate, which is a really dull stone, but they're all faux painted, and this one's designed to look like Italian marble with an inlay of ebony and then another inlay of turquoise.
Wow.
But what's really amazing about the fireplaces is that they're all fake.
Really?
Yes, they never burned anything in them. They're really just a heat register for the central heating system. Down in the basement was a very large furnace, and there were air shafts built throughout the house at each fireplace so that the warm air could rise up from the furnace.
I was wondering why the fireplaces look so beautiful. That's why they never had fire in them.
That's right, they're all clean.
Indoor plumbing and hot and cold water were also installed in the home. Fancy.
This was probably the best modern convenience they put into their home.
On the second floor, nonetheless.
Yes, and they had another bathroom just like this on the 3rd floor. And with a half bath on the 1st floor, they had a flush toilet for every floor.
That's unreal.
It's wonderful. And they had hot and cold running water. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, they used the heat from the cook stove to heat water in a copper boiler that was connected to the cook stove. And on this side of the house, every sink had hot and cold running water. The other side of the house, all the bedrooms have sinks in the bedroom, but they just have cold running water, but still really nice. When Harriet decided to furnish this home and make it her dream house, she wanted the best stuff.
Even the construction was top of the line, hence the reason it still stands today.
The walls are built with 5-inch pine boards that are laid flat and stacked, solid. So when we talk about a solid wood structure, it is literal. The house has been hit by quite a few hurricanes, and even while they were building the house, there were some hurricanes that came to the Texas coast, caused a lot of damage, and George wanted to use a unique building method. Being an engineer, he knew about this building method, and he used it in his home, and that's very unusual even for the time period. In the Midwest, grain elevators were built this way.
Exploring these rooms and this incredible mansion is a great way to connect to the history of the coastal bend. A chance to see what life was like for a cattle baron on the coast.
It's, again, that connection to our Texas history that's so valuable, and we can all appreciate where we come from and the things that people have done before us to make Texas what it is. It is a wonderful example of Texas history come to life.